I ain't gotta fabricate it, proof is in the pudding. Use that shit as motivation, I'ma keep it pushing. I ain't gotta live a lie, truth be told. I look in your eyes and I tell you despise. That shit overrated, outdated, played out. When I sense hatred, like erasing, I fade out. I gotta get it, whether you gon' rock and roll, I don't know. But either way, I'm fixing to break out. My life changing like leaves change in the fall. I've been broken too, but you don't see me tripping at all. Cause what goes around comes around. Niggas hate why they up, cause they got the means to let you down. See the bigger picture. You ain't tripping on no dollar cause you richer, nigga. Fuck a hoe and face your problems cause you different, nigga. That's the game. I got my own car and created me a lane. Fuck you saying? I can't recall.
Thank y'all for tapping into today's reading is gonna be with Ariana Taylor. She's a mother that went missing, I believe, 6 or 7 days ago in Indiana. Her car was found, a few of her belongings were found, but she has not been found yet. And just seeing her mother look for her and hurt for her, and seeing her boyfriend and friends and family look for her has really been pulling in my heartstrings. So I feel like it's only right that I do a reading. So that's what we're gonna get into. So let me just meditate for a bit, feel her energy more, and we'll get into what I channeled and things that she wants me to channel right now. Okay, so the first thing that she wants me to say is that this ain't what everybody think it is. Like, it seemed like a lot of people trying to pin it on the friends, a lot of people trying to pin it on the boyfriend, and it's like everybody's attention is away from where it should be. And it's like it's hard for people to really use their intuition and really use their gut to feel and figure out what really happened, because they going along with what's being passed around. And she's just saying, the people I was with didn't have anything to do with it. I was gonna say friends, but I really feel like one person in particular was a good friend to her, and maybe the other person that was there was a good friend to the person she was friends with. Maybe they weren't the closest, but, and not saying that in a way like she had anything to do with what's going on. But she's also saying her boyfriend definitely isn't somebody that should be looked at as a suspect. She makes me feel like they were really a team. Like when it came to parenting, just trying to figure out things as far as what they want to do, as far as present, future, as far as their relationship, their lives individually. But I really do feel like it was a lot of love between them and a lot of teamwork. Um, um, and I definitely do want to send a lot of love and protection to her mother. And she definitely is doing the same. And it's like she's trying to guide her mother and speak to her mother and reach out to her mother. But it's like she's saying like her mom just know like something not right. She just know deep down something not right. Um, and it's like she following her instinct. She following her intuition as she should. Um, but she's definitely hurting seeing her mom hurt, not just privately over what's happening, but publicly. Um, she's saying like she definitely don't want to downplay, the amount of attention and support that people around her mother and family are giving as far as looking for her, but it's like she just urgently saying and just it's like she just like it's y'all not looking in the right area, like y'all not going in the right direction, like it needs to be more people, it needs to be more media, more coverage, like. And she does want me to go ahead and say right now that I am picking up on her energy, and I do feel like she is deceased. And she just wants me to speak on how she feels. And she's just hurt and just confused. And I feel like it's just so much hurt from her, as far as, of course, being away from her family and the ones that she loved, but her baby, especially her boy. Um, and the numbers 4 and 5 are significant to me. I don't know if he may be 4 and maybe turning 5 soon. And the month July is significant to her. She's pointing that out to me. But also the end of the year, October, September. It's like she's saying end of November, December. She's just saying how it's like she just see how people trying to put the puzzles together on the media and things like that, but it's like it's just causing more confusion for her family. And it's not like her mom is like, naive or taking in every information that's brought to her or that she sees, but it's like people don't understand how someone's family can feel just seeing a whole bunch of nonsense on something that's so serious, and that's heartbreaking. Okay, she told me to grab my little paper notes that I wrote down. Um, but It's definitely a lot that she wants me to talk about, but she definitely wants me to speak on a couple things as far as her personality and characteristics and things like that that could validate to anybody that knows and loves her that I'm picking up on her energy. Um, and before I say it, it's like, and her energy is so sweet, and it's like if I met Ariana in the physical, I would want her to be my friend, most definitely. Because she most definitely seems like a sweetheart and just cool and laid back and funny. Um, and it's like she still wants it to be known that she's most definitely, hurting and still shocked by her being gone physically, but she's still who she was physically in spirit. Um, but she definitely wants me to speak on a couple things that she was telling me before I did this video. Um, and it's like she's saying silly that she told me this message or that she thinking about it so soon after her passing, but she just makes me feel like, whether it came to personal events that had to do with her or people around her, like she liked to put her effort into it and she liked to make sure it was done right. So she definitely wanted me to jot down the colors like pink, gold, and white. As far as, any memorial services or events that have to do with celebrating her life. But she also was bringing purple and lime or mint green to my mind. Um, but also along with her son, something that she was saying was first grade. And I don't know if that was something that she really looked forward to, of course, seeing her son grow and excel in school. But I feel like that's something that she really took pride in, or what it was really, really serious about, or really excited about. Um, but also, I don't, let me see. The name Lachey or Larissa, something with the L, something unique, Leasia, something. I'm not sure if that's her middle name, but oh, and I feel like she just keep repeating it just so I can try and get it. But it's something along the lines of that, and I hope that somebody can validate the things that I'm saying because I really am curious to know. Um, but for some reason, with her son's energy, I don't know why she was saying the word royal to me. Maybe, she just seen her son as royalty. But, and that's just how much she loved her baby. And she definitely had her baby up on a high pedestal, okay, above anyone else. Um, um, and just to validate her energy as well, she wanted me to point out that she loved oh, something strawberry. I don't know if it's a milkshake or something smoothie, ice cream, something that she loved, but something, a dessert or treat that she loved to get. I don't know if it was like a fast food thing or something that she loved to pick up at the store that she loved to indulge in, but she wanted me to point that out. Um, um, and I definitely do feel like that it was a recent accomplishment at work that she was possibly, presenting or speaking of to her family or people close to her, or she was being acknowledged for, or something of a personal goal that she really, was looking forward to accomplishing. And I feel like she did or was getting close to doing that. But I feel like also, I don't know if she was awaiting something or was planning on doing something, but I also feel like it was something that a lot of things that she had plans on doing. But I definitely do feel like before her death that it was a lot that she was trying to handle or approval for something that she was awaiting on. Um, oh, and definitely a lot of new ideas as far as business. And I don't know if she was thinking of doing something as far as nails, um, or if she worked with her hands or did hair or something like that. But I definitely do feel like she wanted to expand herself more as far as an entrepreneur. Um, I definitely do feel like she wanted to get in a new area as well. Um, she's saying like sisters and friends like they don't go. Like they angry, and I could. It's like she's saying I could understand they anger and I could feel they anger and they confusion. And it's like she's just saying like, she never would have pictured anything like this happening to her, and also at this time right here and now. And she's just saying like a lot of people a lot of people don't understand how it feels to not have closure and to not have answers and to not know exactly what happened. That shit hurt. It's a different type of pain. And not, taking away from anybody's pain that's lost somebody, but it's different. It definitely is. She's just like, we're gonna get some clarity. Go get some clarity today. Um, but she definitely does want to give the message to them to calm down. Um, but also to her significant other as well. Um, it's like she's just saying, take care of my baby, raise him right. And it's like she's just saying, like, instill my morals and values, the things that I spoke of and said to him. Keep repeating those things. Don't stop speaking of me to him. And it's like I don't know if she loved taking pictures or getting cute. But it's like it's like she's saying like it's a lot of pictures for him to look at his mom and always show them to him. Always let him keep him near him. Um, and she also, just for personal validation from him, I guess, it's like she was saying, like he liked to see her switch it up as far as hairstyles. And I don't know if he had a personal liking to her in blonde, but just had to say that because that's what I received. Um, so I don't know if there were plans made prior to the weekend or the day when she hung out with her friends. And I do feel like it was two other people in the car with her, or the car that she was in. And she either make me feel like it was, plans made earlier in the week leading up to the weekend, or as if there was like, I don't know, like something somebody else thought of or wanted to go out. I don't know if it was a celebration for something minor or major, um but I do feel like it was like a invitation extended to her though. But it was like, mutual feeling, okay, yeah, let's go out. Um She keeps saying hookah to me. I don't know if it was like a hookah bar or something that they went to, or they wanted to go to a hookah bar. But I definitely do feel like, even though there was possibly, talks about plans before they got together, that they were still like, trying to find things to do and solidify plans once they got together. Um, but I definitely do feel like it was time in the car driving around, a few stops, stop to um, eat, drink, um, she definitely, because I could smell it. It ain't mine. I smoked like 30 minutes ago. But I definitely do feel like, okay, maybe it was a blunt or two road. Maybe it was a little smoke going around. And I am gonna say, because she is bringing it to me, somebody else indulges in other than drinking and smoking. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, I will say it was her friend's friend. But I definitely don't feel like Ariana was sloppy drunk or anything like that. Most definitely not. And I definitely don't feel like she was drugged or no. Okay, something that she does want to be spoken on. Um, because it's almost like people are trying to pin the friends against each other or the family against the friends. And she definitely just wants clarity. Um, but she does want it to be known how she felt before her passing and before everything what happened. Um, um, she definitely makes me feel like she envisioned the night being a little bit more chill and longer than it was. And as far as longer, like, as far as like the time that she spent with her friends, she definitely does make me feel like that was a driver that was eager and impulsive to move on to whatever they wanted to do, or just end the night at one point. um and she does make me feel like it was awkward energy because it was a little bit of attitude and sass given at one point. um but she definitely wants it to be known that that wasn't something that she couldn't handle then and there, or you know or something that was life threatening. Um, and she definitely doesn't want anybody to bash anybody. I mean, she doesn't want anyone to bash the people that she was with um, before she went missing, because they weren't the cause of her death. Um, but she definitely does make me feel like there was like um a slight conversation once they got to their last destination and trying to figure out, okay, what's the next place to go and things like that. And I do feel like, okay, there was I feel like she was in the back seat on the left side, and I'm seeing like the light in the car on at the time, and I'm like, feeling like I'm in the midst of having a conversation. But I feel like, like like it's like I'm like, okay, like you just go with the flow, like, all right, let's just, whatever y'all want to do, and da 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 da. And it's like kind of like beating around the bush, like kind of acting funny, trying to impress the new friend that's in the right side of the car in the front seat. I don't know, like I don't know. It's like kind of beating around the bush, like like I got other plans, or we trying to do something else, and we ain't trying to kick it no more, but trying to say it like in a nice way, but it's still kind of slick because you're saying it in front of somebody else that you're trying to impress. But okay, um, some slack like that, but it wasn't nothing that Ariana couldn't handle. Um, but it was something that was kind of like, to her, like, dang, like, okay, that's how you feel. Um, but I do feel like that was the conversation before, like, the ride taking Ariana to her car or wherever her car was parked. Okay, and it's like, I don't know if the person whose car she was in is red or four door. But I feel like I'm in a truck. And I thought it was white when I was walking to. I'm basically in her shoes right now. But I feel like, okay, we made it to my car and I'm hopping in my car. Um, but it's like, they in the car still parked in front of me, and it's like, it's cars facing. Okay, it's like me in the car I got out of is facing this way, and the cars on the other side of the street is facing the other way, and it's like apartments behind the cars on the other side of the street. And I see other cars across the street and, you know, more houses and apartments. Um, but I feel like I'm, getting in the car, regular starting up the car activity, starting up the car, letting it warm up a bit. But in the midst of that, I'm like in my phone, like kind of irritated, slight blue, but like, you know what? I had a good night. I'm tired anyway. Maybe I could find something else to do. Maybe I could find somebody who up. But, let me go ahead and just get on the road and head to where I'm going. Um, that's what I feel like the thoughts were, just sitting there in the car. But I definitely do feel like the people I came with drove off at one point. Um, she's saying watched. Um, I definitely, and this is how she feels this is how she feels. She definitely don't feel like the people that she hung with should be bashed or blamed for what happened, but she does feel like there could have been just a little bit more respect, compassion, a little bit of, could have waited and just, I don't know. I feel like it was just like someone was eager to go. Um, um, she definitely, what she's saying and what she said to me before is, and at first when she said it to me, I thought she was trying to say like it was an issue with the car, with her car or something like that. But now that she's saying it again, she makes me feel like there was an issue with like charging her phone or something, or an issue with her phone. Um, but she definitely does make me feel like it was close to dying, or it was tripping, or something as far as her charger in the car. If she had one, it was tripping, or something was irritating her as far as her phone um and her car. Okay. Something that is standing out to me is um Lake Station gas stop. And I feel like it's important for any places of service, the cameras to be checked, anything like that, that's important. But I feel like those cameras need to be checked because I feel like she did make a stop after leaving the people that she was with. Um, but now that I brought up that problem with the phone, it makes sense now why she needs to stop at the gas station, not just for gas, but possibly for like the little outlet that you plug in for your car when you need to, plug your charger cord up. And I don't know why she keeps showing me that, but I feel like it's something like as far as that she was trying to fix or get working or something. Um, because I feel like not only did she just want to have her phone on to, have her communication and things like that, but I feel like she planned on trying to make a phone call just to see, like, like if she could stop by. She makes me feel like it was someone in the area that she was related to or that she knew that, like that could have made her night better since she was still out, or while she had time she could have stopped somewhere else, um but she definitely make me feel like she had plans to call somebody or to get in touch with someone. candle. Um, got a little distracted by my low power mode. I hope that didn't affect my video, but um, okay, so mm, mm, mm. It had to be like 2 or 3 in the morning, cause I don't know, like just how the atmosphere feels like by like how many cars I'm seeing like at the gas station, like but it's like okay, as I'm heading to the car, and I don't know if her gas pump is on the left side, but I feel like it is. But I'm heading to my car. But it's and it's just making my skin crawl. It's like I hear somebody making a noise or calling out like a little cat call, like when somebody trying to get your attention or something, like when a dude trying to get somebody attention. But I feel like that's what was going on while I was walking to the car. But it's like as I'm sitting there, like, by my car or whatever, and I don't know if she was pumping gas or doing something outside of her car before she hopped in. But I feel like I'm like, like looking around, like, what was that? But like, once I'm done turning my head like twice, it's like I'm spotting, like, okay, just the cars that's around, but I spot a car that's like, that was near me before I pulled off from where I was at before I came here. And she's saying, like, as I'm like at my car, like, it's like that car, like, pulling off, like, oh, like, all they wanted to do was, like, just get her attention, and that's all. And that's all. But, like, it's like they slowly, like, pulling off, but looking at her, but, like pulling off, like, driving in front of her car, like, by the pump where she at, and then going around and then leaving out the gas station. And she just thinking, like, like that was it. And I'm just like, all right, let me hop in my car. Let me go home. And it's like she's showing me her in the car and her just trying to mess with something in the cup holder area with a radio at. I don't know if she really was. Um, I really like this charger cord keep coming up, so I really feel like she was really trying to charge her phone or something. But I feel like she's like fumbling with that, but she's like, on the road, like, okay, headed to home or to her destination, or trying to get her phone together so she could call somebody or that's nearby before she head home. But it's like, okay, like while I'm, driving, picking up speed, fixing my mirror, things like that. It's like I'm adjusting, putting my seatbelt on, adjusting myself in the seat, adjusting my hands, getting comfortable so I could drive, make this little drive, get on my phone. But it's like once I touch the mirror again, it's like that car again. Oh, y'all. And please just be patient with me. This is just really, this is heavy. This is heavy. I feel like she was literally harassed on the road. Like that gotta be damage to the back of her car. And to the right side is standing out to me. But it gotta be damaged because I feel like I'm feeling myself like moving up in the seat, like, but I feel like she like in the car too, like what the fuck, like, like. And then I don't know if like on whatever road or highway she was on, and I don't know if it was like those metal like ramp things on the side or like the right lane she was in, but I feel like that was like, because I feel like I'm like not trying to hit that, but I'm like not trying to bump into whatever the fuck this car is doing, and trying to figure out why they acting crazy on the road, or like how they even ended up close to me, like. Oh my god! But this is just it's giving me chills because it's like they was studying how she was moving in the car. Like it's like they was seeing how she was like occupied with something else, but like yes, she was driving and attentive on driving, but it's like it's weird. I feel like they was up on the back of her car to the point to where she was forced to like just but ooh, it's like my mind is just all over the place because it's like I'm literally in her shoes and I'm behind the wheel of the car, and it's like somebody is like driving fast as hell at the back of my car, like kissing my bumper, and I'm trying to get away from them driving as fast as I can, but it's like they still on my bumper, but it's like I'm losing control of the car. And she definitely make me feel like the car wasn't going at top speed, but it was so much damage like at the front of the car because I feel like she ended up hitting like a ramp or something, like because she like swerved off to the right, and it's like she hit like the front of it, and then like that's what stopped her. Like it's like, but that's what did most of the damage. Um, bro, this is so. She's saying like when they first pulled up, you would think like they was help or somebody other than like who was next to me or something like that. Like by the way, like how the car looked or how they pulled up, and it was like I don't like. And it's like I'm just so it's like I was just busy, and I'm in her shoes right now. Like, bro, like this is like she's literally putting me in her shoes. So I'm gonna have speak. I'm gonna speak how spirit leading me to speak, but I'm literally out of the car, and I'm just shook because I'm looking at my car. I'm looking at I'm just confused, like she was so confused. Like, and plus just like she's saying fucked up from how her car was, because I feel like she really took pride in like just taking care of what she owned, and working hard for what she accomplished and what she had. um Man, she make me feel like she bumped the left side of her head from whatever impact that the car made to whatever it hit. Because I feel like I'm like in a little bit of a daze, and that's why I'm like, I'm sorry if I'm just a little silent right now, but it's just because I really feel like I'm dizzy, like I bumped my head or something like that. But I felt like that since I got out the car, but it's like This man been trying to talk to me since I got out the car. Like, since he pulled up from, like, man, but I feel like I'm hit and I'm put into a car though. Like, this is so trippy. She was not killed where her belongings in that car in her car was found. Sorry, I gotta check my um and I feel like wherever she was killed is not far from where her car was found either. I feel like everybody just looking in the wrong direction. And even when I was channeling most of what I'm saying right now before I got on this video, she was saying to me, like, I just felt like I was getting farther away from home and safety. And it just makes sense to me because she literally was. She literally was. Because let me breathe for a minute. But her and more evidence and belongings are away from that car in that area where the car was found. And I don't know why I had a feeling that some may be burned. But not her, but evidence or belongings. And I feel like her car needs to be checked for prints as well. And if she was not put into a car, then she was definitely chased down to another area away from that car. But I'm feeling pain in my left leg, and I don't know if that's from the impact that she made in the car or from her fighting whoever attacked her. But she definitely put up a fight. And whoever attacked her definitely has scratches, marks, something on them. But a word that came to me when I was trying to channel exactly what happened to her, or when she was giving me messages of exactly what caused her death, I got the word pummeled. And not gonna lie, at first I did not know what that word meant, so I looked it up and it means strike repeatedly. But at the very top of my page, before I channeled any other messages, I wrote down her cause of death, and it was brutal. And I wrote down brutally beat and murdered. Um, but I also feel like it was this shortness in her breath at some point, and I don't know if that was caused by strangulation. But I also wrote down smothered by weight and force, because I feel like at some point somebody was on top of me. But I do feel like I was severely hurt or beat. Um, and also to the left side of my head, I don't know if it hit something solid or if it's from somebody striking me, but a lot of other things that I channeled and that came to me is the word landfill, and things that were very significant to me that, again, I'm gonna repeat again, is um, the Lake Station gas stop. And I looked and seen how far away it was from the highway that her car was found from, and it wasn't far away from that far from that, and it wasn't far from Bella Boo's either, the location that was close by the area where her car was found. Um, but also the word that Spirit brought to me is landfill. And when Spirit brought that to mind, I looked up landfills that are near the area or around where her car was found, and there were several, but there was one that stood out to me. Um, and it's a waste transfer station near Milton Road. But for some reason, a lot of the streets, in any streets or roads starting with M, stand out to me. But um, I am seeing her bare, and I am seeing her contained in something. And I can't tell if it's a barrel or a bin or. And I took pictures and screenshotted several things, and one was a recycling bin, a blue recycling bin, and another thing was one of those like big blue barrels. I don't want to know if anyone has seen one before, but that's what keeps coming to me as well. But I feel like she's partially wet, and that it's like water inside of whatever she's contained of, but not like it's filled up with water, but that it's water inside of it, but like shallow at the bottom. But I feel like I'm moist, or my hair is moist, or like And it's just pissing me off because a lot of people just pointing the fingers at everybody that's closest to her when we need to understand that there's some serious shit going on. Like, a lot of us is getting snatched off the street, being brutally murdered, being trafficked, being taken away from our families, being just taken off this earth without permission. But a lot of people don't understand how people in places of power could possibly be people that's committing these crimes as well. Um, because whoever this person is, whatever car they pulled up in, like, they wasn't no beat up looking person, or like the car that I see pulling up, like it would be mistaken for like an off duty cop car. Like, and that shit sickens me. Seriously. And it sickens me that everybody just pointing the fingers at everybody who don't need the finger pointed at them. Um, but I feel like it's very important that a lot of the landfills and waste transfer stations in the area be searched and looked around. Even neighborhoods, even northeast of the highway, northeast of where her car was found. But I appreciate y'all for watching this reading, for the support, for tapping in. Gratitude, Ashe. Have a great night. And also to Ariana's family, I pray that justice is brought to her, y'all family, closure is brought to her, y'all. And I hope that this brought y'all closure. And I hope that this brings y'all clarity and brings y'all closer to answers and to finding her. But I also want to show gratitude to Ariana for trusting me to do this and for allowing me to feel her energy and to meet her in spirit, even though I didn't get the chance to meet her physically. So, gratitude. And she also just wants to send a lot of love to her loved ones. She's saying sisters and her mother and her baby. And she's also saying like my love, my heart. I don't know if she had a nickname for her boyfriend, um, but yeah, she definitely wants them to celebrate her every chance that she gets. But also just to keep y'all heads up and never forget her, never stop shedding light on her story. But also, it's important, and she wants us to know that it's important that we wake up and start becoming aware of a lot of fucked up shit that's happening in the world. Because not only is this what happened to Ariana, but this is what's currently happening to a lot more women and children and other people in surrounding areas and all over the world. So, y'all have a great night.
I know that I'm the shit, I don't need your secondhand opinions. I see the hate on your face, you can't play chameleon.